We're thrilled to have, of course, our global kids, our Bardoli Scholars who went on the trip, but also members of our Young Leaders Advisory Council, parents, teachers who worked with the students at the high school for global citizenship, members of our advisory council, and just friends of global kids. So thank you so much for coming out tonight.
It is very important to have this meeting because you can show other people what work you have done and how it impacted you and how you can impact others.
I am the founder of the Bardoli Global Scholars Program, and so this is the 5th year of the program that I founded when I was 24 years old. And international travel is important for young people because it changes truly your perspective. So our students have gone to about 26 different countries around the world, and since we evolved to this group-based travel model, Kenya has been our first destination, and we've got plans in the upcoming year for programs in China and in Brazil.
It's an 18-month program, and so now that they're back, they're charged with doing an impact project that is going to have kind of several stages. And the first stage is we're leading up to a service project, which we have yet to kind of determine and structure, but a service project that's going to be on Martin Luther King Day. So we'll let you guys know what that is, and hopefully it can be something that if you are able to, you can join us in kind of doing service that's been inspired by the work that they did in Kenya. So
one of the questions were, if you were to win the lottery, what would you do with your money? And you know, you'd be like, oh, I'm gonna go shopping and stuff. They were like, no, I'm gonna go open a school for kids in here, and I'm gonna go help my family and build a house for my mother and my cousins and make sure my whole community. And that like really hit me, because it's like, okay, here in America it's like, oh, it's you, everybody going about their business, and there's issues, but nobody's really doing nothing about it. And in Kenya, the youth are really like sitting here trying to think of change and trying to do something better, to be better for their community. And for me, it like really hit me, and I was like, yeah, I need to step up. I need to be the change in my community, and it really motivated me, and I wrote my personal statement about that.
I'm really glad that this is the report back in November. I'm really looking forward to an event again next year, or in a couple years, or when you're sitting in the audience like Anika, who's 21, I'm gonna start crying because she drove me crazy on this month-long journey, but this person that she's become, there's no doubt that so many of those struggles, those lessons, those experiences are what make this amazing young woman here today. And I'm so excited for you guys for the next 18 months for you to take it back, but I'm more excited for the next 10 years.
On my behalf, on Tanae's behalf, you know, we are extremely proud of these 10 students, actually all 20 of them from New York and Seattle. There were some challenging times, but those were far outweighed by the kind of growth and development that kind of growth that we saw in these students. It's very impressive, and I don't think any other trip that I've been involved with has produced tangible, actionable projects like this. And we encourage all of you to keep interacting with these projects. Go on the food security website, go on the drug and alcohol abuse website, learn about the issues, corruption, literacy. Thanks to these students, in large part thanks to these students, this is going to happen again. We're very happy that it's going to happen again. You guys are pioneers. You've made it possible. You've given us a lot to think about, and we hope all future trips can live up to what you've started. So congratulations to you.
They have to pay for the uniform to even go to school. They have to walk miles to go to school. And then when they, it's so much harder for them. And we have it easy, and it's just people just taking it for granted. So it just aggravates me.
I mean, Solange is someone that I normally wouldn't speak to in school. We both have like the same attitude, so we clashed a lot. Like, we wasn't cool with each other or nothing. And like, since we started the process from Washington, D.C. all the way to Kenya, Solange has become like a friend to me. She wants to start crying again, don't do it. Sparkle, like, she's like a little sister. She touches my stuff when I tell her not to. she just went through my closet. Oh, I like your Tory Burches. Let me put these on. Everything. And it's like, they made me realize that I need to share more. And maybe I need to calm down my attitude. And like, I saw the stuff that I didn't like about myself in Solange. And we like actually checked ourselves in Kenya. Like, you up here, you need to be down here. And like, you know, it was like very empowering and very like cool and sweet of them to help me out. And we helped each other out because it was just like hard. No parents, no siblings. It was so hard. Like, we missed our siblings and parents, and like we was actually there for each other. So the Kenyan students did impact me, but I think like the kids from my own school that I normally wouldn't talk to impact me most.
The key takeaway was seeing the power of peer-to-peer leadership, and seeing not only the effect that going to Kenya had on our young adults, but seeing the effect that our kids had on the Kenyan students. So there was a young girl, her name was Mercy, and literally, if you were sitting right here, that's about as loud as she talked. And then the kids did a performance at the end. And Mercy got up and did an entire poem and barely used the microphone. And she said that she was empowered by her experience with her U.S. colleagues.
I encourage kids to take advantage of good opportunities that creates a positive outlook for them in the future, and keep going. It's a great, Bardoli Scholarship is a great program and supports kids, and I support them.
I want to be a human rights lawyer one day, and Global Kids is a big part of that. Miss Ali is a big part of that. You know, my history teacher,
I'm Miss Ali, and I just love them. I mean, if these were my children, I swear I would be talking about them every single day and just begging everybody to give some money for my children to keep on doing this, or whatever I would have to do to keep them going, I would do it myself. I'm very impressed. I love them so much because I've seen the growth and the development in so many of them.
The presentation was amazing. The kids are so inspiring. I'm so thrilled that they had the opportunity to travel to Kenya to meet with folks their own age that, as some of the students alluded to, are really working on the ground to solve problems there.
And it's a great opportunity for my kids, for my daughter. I really appreciate it, and thank you for everything.
Well, before I was more shy, but now I'm not shy no more. I'm also less passive, and I speak my mind a lot. I also realized that I like to debate issues, because in Kenya I wouldn't really talk much, but when it came to debating a point, I would always speak up the loudest.
I didn't think she was going to survive for a month because she doesn't pick up after herself, but she actually does it now. She's more responsible, she's more laid back, and she's not as shy as she used to be.
So I definitely think that like young people being away from their parents and their families for the first time, especially American young people, they go through a period of being really excited to be away and with new people, and then they kind of get reserved and a little bit of culture shock. And so I think being an adult leader in a group like that and trying to create community amongst them and to help them see, you know, in the moment what exactly this experience is going to do for them later that you already know can be difficult. And sometimes, especially when you introduce young people from different cities who would normally be from different cliques, that can lead to some problems. But I think that's where you get talented youth workers like Tanae and Kevin who know how to create community and develop young people.
I would definitely recommend this trip because it opens your perspective of things and different people. It opens, it breaks barriers, it eradicates stereotypes, and it's just important for everybody. And then the next generation will follow.
Let me see. You think
and she could defend her way out of anything. Oh my God, you could imagine. That's why I said my condolences. You had 10 days. I have a whole lifetime.
Like they don't need to have fancy clothes or need to have big jewelry. All they want is school, and I have school for free, and I take it for granted sometimes. So it made me realize that I shouldn't take school for granted. I should be happy for everything that I have. Be grateful for my parents, because there's some, like I went to orphanage, they don't have any parents, so I should be happy that this is my mother. I should be happy that, you know, people actually fundraise me to go to another hemisphere, and they didn't have something like that. So it's just a whole thing on appreciating my life and appreciating what I have.
It's gradual, but she's trying to be a little bit more mature about her decisions and about the things that she does. She thinks a little bit more, and she actually, her attitude has changed to the point where she'll think and come back and apologize, where before it wouldn't have been like that.
Alexis, oh my gosh, she is such a mature person, but she has made a complete 180-degree change, and I love it. I love it.
I think that traveling is the best way to like learn about different cultures, and not only different cultures, but to learn about yourself and where you stand as a person.
I thought that this trip was an excellent opportunity, and that I hope more children around her age would get to experience how privileged they are over here versus the experience that they have, what she told me about. I'm all for education, all for life experiences, positive ones like this. I think it was a great opportunity.